Happy the one who wins for himself favor and praises fair. Less safe by far is the wisdom found that is hid in another's heart.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy, and welcome back to turn 8 of Attica's game, Aries, where we are playing the Well of Urd, God of Utgard. And so I've started taking a look at the turns ahead of time, before these recordings, and part of the reason why was I felt that the turns were starting to get a little bit long, especially for such early game, right? And that was primarily because I was having to do a lot of editing because of messages and things like that. I want to continue doing those messages because I really enjoy those types of things. But they're taking up a whole lot of time, so I'm going to start looking at turns ahead of time, formulating messages, and then responding that way. So, we're going to go ahead and jump in. We have a messenger from Lemuria. So we have, "Greetings, Utgard. Any news about your neighbors? I don't seem to border you, so I can aid in most wars you may be interested in by raiding the other half of their empire. My expansion is going decently, so let me know if you want some additional pressure to make early wars easier. A drop of malice." Very cool to hear this from Lemuria. I am more than interested in a little bit of double team on occasion. We have our message, and then we have a message from Atlantis. "Friendly oration begins distant," whatever that is. "Caper to Midgard with title to gain. Champion of dance to win prestige, clout, and fame. We thrown to the thrones, but by dance set free. Rule ideas." Okay, so this is talking about our dance party concept, right? "Whoever has the most at turn 20, aka the month of the dance, wins. The loser must message the rest of the world and announce the true champion of dance in a flowery way." I'm perfectly fine with that. "If your scout gets discovered and KIA on the capital before getting the great dancing, then they are a dance martyr and still deserve 0.75 points. Alternatively, we could also have it so that if you have someone on the cap, you get points for partying longer, something like 0.25 points per turn per unit, and you announce at the end of your turn how many points you have and gain. But that said, it is pretty fun to just have a massive amount of scouts instead. Thoughts? P.S. I believe Midgard is just south of the small lake of 112, 116, 121, although I cannot verify. We can verify the province for Midgard for him. If we get knocked out before then, give a warning, you are losing, so we know the dance timeline must be moved up." So this is kind of overcomplicating things, I think, so I'm going to send Atlantis a message to kind of hopefully simplify things, and we'll see how that goes. But before we do that, let's actually look at the whole turn. So, we have a battle in the Rim Mountains, and this one should be pretty easy peasy. This is our big expansion party. We've got our Javelinists, we've got our Gamherdings. They're gonna bowl over this. Yeah, easy peasy. Squishing things left and right, no big deal. Every hit is a kill on those guys. Didn't lose anyone, fantastic. Now this is our dicier expansion in Kotakar. And that is because we only have, I think, 10 Javelinists left. And they're not exactly healthy, right? We've got a bunch of wounds amongst them, and there's a fair amount of heavy militia here, or heavy infantry here, a fair amount of militia here, and some crossbows. So let's see how this goes. Crossbows come in. We got a hit, but no deaths. We're throwing the javelins. Ugh, we're throwing the javelins horribly. We did deal some damage. Oh no. That's not good. So we didn't kill anyone with the waves, and now we're getting bombarded with javelins, and now we're in this poor guy. Like, he's crippled. He just can't even make it into combat. Oh, we're getting bombarded by these militia, or sorry, light infantry from the side. That's worse. Light infantry is significantly better than militia. Basically because they have javelins. Oh no. That giant got popped. Let's go ahead and speed this up. So we've routed the heavy infantry, and there's just too many militia at that point. If we maybe had 5 more giants, that would absolutely have been in the bag for us. But as it is, I mean, we killed a bunch, but just not enough to seal the deal. We get routed. Let's see. Retreat details. Balder did retreat. Fantastic. Okay, And then we have an unexpected event in Debrithia. Ew, tax minus 50 and income minus 5. I mean, so that income, we're going to get that back pretty quickly. No big deal. But the tax loss for this turn is unfortunate. And then in Copper Canyons, we got death 3 and minus 143 gold. So 2 bad events, which is unfortunate. And here is Ulm. So, all right, Ulm is up in the mix now. And that means our time, our borders are pressured, right? We have less of an opportunity to do what we need to do. Kidoki. What does that mean for us? That means that we do not have an expansion party down here, and we really need to have one to be able to contest Kodakar and maybe Ironwood Forest. This is pretty big. I don't know if he's going to charge that. Assuming that he sees me here, right? He's not gonna just rush into Debrithia. If he is, I'm gonna jump his shit. Like, I'm going to lose my shit and just charge him with every resource that I possibly can bring to bear. I am going to go fucking crazy. Oh, shit. Oh, so the other thing that I was doing, I should have done this, I forgot. The other thing that I was doing, I'll just do this at the end of the episode. I was renaming everyone. That's also taking a little bit of time, and it's going to take even more time. I like to rename my people either to just be basic things, or so I can keep count of stuff, or to be specific things, like Balder, right, being my prophet. So anytime I get someone that I think is special or awesome, we're probably going to rename them. All the rest of the time, they're going to get named into random shit. So I'll do that. I did that earlier, but I didn't save the turn, so that's my bad. Okay, so what are we going to be doing? Well, previously we had discussed hitting Midgard. Let's actually handle this real quick. Let's do all of the messages. So we have our main message going out to everyone, right? Which is going to be the... We'll save the main message for last, actually, because the main message depends on how we handle the turn, right? So let's send the first message back to Lemuria. Greetings, dead men. We have many neighbors. We will tell you of them, and in turn, we will listen to what news the dead may bring. Our cousins of the Southlands lie above the long ocean in 141. The fishmen lie on the southern tip of that same ocean in 49. The Elfmen sit in the central plains north of the great forests at 159, or at 59. The Ironmen sit on the northwest coast, near the lake near the mountains at 131. Our lands grow well. We saw a chance to smash an Elfman construction before it was finished, but we did not take it. For now, we seek peace, but soon the waters of the well will run red. Wait for that time, but we are sure it will not take long. So, do a little typo here real quick. Ooh, okay. So that should be good. And then we have... So this is like a mix of roleplay and actual information that I'm sending out to Lemuria, and then I'm going to send a message to Atlantis. While that all seems very interesting, it also seems a little more complex, especially if we want to achieve this by turn 20. How about we use Midgard as the location? Its location is 59. On turn 20, we screenshot, and whoever has the most scouts on Midgard wins the dance party. Sound good? That way it's relatively simple, but still fun to try to accomplish. My typos are rough today. Okay. So I'm going to send that off to Atlantis. And now what are we actually going to do for the turn? Well, we had considered hitting Midgard. And that is... So I've basically given this away, but I don't think that is a good idea. I've basically given it away in my message to Lemuria. I don't think it's a good idea because... while we are in a good state at the moment... You know what? Here's the thing. No, I'm being a wuss, and that's why it's not a good idea, right? Because I really want some of the stuff down here and over here. This is a great time to hit him, right? This would be incredibly impactful to hit him now. But I don't know what his bless is at all. I don't know how how well. I mean, I know he's got up here, right? I don't know if he's been losing expansion parties or anything like that. If I had seen his bless with any of my scouting, then I might actually take this fight right now, right? But that be that as it is, right? I'm just going to move into the Promised Lands, and I'm going to move here into Felicia, or Felicia, whatever. Now, this is okay. So I've gone back and forth on this, right? This is definitely risking a bump with Atlantis, right? Because Atlantis has taken this area and he's come over here. He's not gonna move onto this throne. He's almost guaranteed to move into Felicia. I don't know that I care though. Right? I am having a good time talking back and forth to him, but I still want to make sure I'm expanding well. I just really want to hit move forward. Fuck me. Oh, I just really want to hit move forth. Like, I want to hit move forth and just send a message to Midgard saying, hey, sorry, I need a bit more territory. I'm taking move forth. And then be like, apologize to him and say that I can pay him for the province, knowing that in all likelihood he's probably building something here. That's a fucking jerk move. It's incredibly dicey to do. I'm not sure that's a good idea or not. Truth be told. We're going to do a little bit of reanimation, by the way, to try to make use of our death gems. And what we're going to try to do is we want to pad out some standing armies. So this is a really big deal, right? Like, I could move this army back and just be like, okay, so next turn it's here, turn after it's there, and then eventually it reinforces something somewhere. If I do that, this army is basically done for expansion. Like, it's not going to get an opportunity to go anywhere else. Going here, though, is pretty much the same thing, right? I think I'm going to go to move forth. I'm going to move into move forth, and I'm going to send Midgard a message saying, hey, my expansion routes got cut off. I need some more territory. I can pay you for this province, right? And if he grumbles, right, or if he freaks out about it, I'll back off, right? If I feel confident, if the next turn or two is really good and I feel confident, I'll just fight him, right? If it doesn't feel good, right, then I'll just move off and I'll say, okay, sorry, my bad. I'll move off the province. Done, right? And we'll see how it goes. All right. What do we want to do? We can't move, so we're gonna move up here because we want to see what's going on over in this direction. I'm still trying to find, I guess, Lemuria is probably up in here, right? If Vadheim is here, Erythia is gonna be, maybe Erythia is up here. Someone is in here. Whoever that is, if it's Lemuria, right, then that's a big deal. Okay. What are we gonna do? We need some mercenaries down here. We've got the quick spears. We've got Dante's stingers. I think we will go with Dante. We'll go with 165 pounds here, right? And we're already recruiting those. We're going to recruit this, recruit that. I think we might actually grab the quick spears as well, if we can. So if we grab both of those, that will give us an opportunity to move into Kotakar, if possible, and then potentially move into Ironwood Forest as well. Okay? This is a little bit dicey, but it should be fine. Man, this is a big decision. I feel like I am I'm pulling a trigger on something that I might not be able to take back. And that's a big deal. So, we're going to move up here and do some site searching. Balder is actually going to site search himself to see if we can find any temple locations, right? Any holy locations, but really what I'm looking for is the Holy One site, the temple that gives you astral pearls, that whole thing, right? Just did the same for that. We're gonna move in here. We're site searching here. We're gonna go try to find Vatiheim. We're gonna move up this way. You know what? I don't want to move up this way. I want to stay right here. Again, I want to see something of his bless, and if he comes here this turn, maybe I see that. Otherwise, we will move up. Atlantis is in the ocean, but Atlantis is actually pretty small. Alright, I think that's it. I think that is all she wrote on what we actually have. Spend all our money. Okie dokie. And so we're going to send a message to Midgard saying, and I haven't pre-written this, so, Hail Elfman. Alright, cut from just a second ago. So, this is the message we are going to send to Midgard. Hail, Elfmen, our lands are constrained, and being giants, we need more room. We understand this may cause you some grievance, and are willing to make recompense. We would buy this land for 5 turns of its income. Come, speak, Elfmen. Discourse is a grand thing. So, we're going to send that off to Midgard, and then I think we are going to send our final message. Not our final message. Not our final message, but our final message for them. So the last message that we send is going to be this. The waters of the well are still with anticipation. I think that's a good way to describe this scenario, right? I am very much in anticipation of this movement here into Move Forth and the Promised Lands. And then I'm very much in anticipation of what is going to go on down here in the south. We have had a good, I mean, not great, right? We're not doing garb herding expansion, right? So we don't have a good bless, and we're not going to be huge, right? It's turn 8. We have 9 provinces. We could have had 10, but we failed in Kotakar, right? On turn 9, we will likely have 10, 11 provinces, because I doubt we lose either of these. But the likelihood of us holding on to everything up here is probably pretty low. We're probably going to end up around 12 or 13, maybe 14 provinces in the long run. So we will be middling. We won't be tiny, but we will be middling. We won't be large, though. We have great scales to kind of make up for that situation. But this is going to be a dicey... This is going to be a dicey move. Potentially aggravating a nation that is notoriously good in the early game. So, fingers crossed. And I will see you all next time. Peace.